I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I've been applying to this Japanese language school, putting my application together, getting all the documents, doing the bank verification, all that for at least about 2 weeks now. You know, these things, sometimes it's a process. It takes forever, but I'm down to the last step, the last and final step, and I actually wanted to do that here live, on camera. So let me shrink this down. I'll talk more about this whole trip, this whole topic, and this big move that I want to do to Japan, a whole different country, soon. But let's do this together, so you guys know I don't hide anything. I'm bringing it all because I just like to document stuff. So okay, here I am. I'm getting distracted. Let me get on here with the app. This is the application portal. I actually don't know what the next screen is going to be like, so you guys are seeing this like the way I am. This is new. For everyone, am I logged in? Am I logging in? Okay. So like I said, I filled out every last piece of this except for the submit button. Okay, I think, yes, I understand. Review, no, let's just submit it. I already reviewed it, to be honest, because like I said, I definitely took. Are you sure you want to submit your application? You will not be able to edit any further. We ask that you upload further files to support your application. Okay. By the way, just to submit the application, you have to pay like $200 via PayPal. Okay, so this is the next screen I was talking about. Like, I didn't even know what's going to show up next. Your submission has been sent successfully. It'd be nice if they said how long the time frame was, but I suspect, they'll get back to me within a couple of weeks. It shouldn't take that long. So I'm not sure at what point the idea of going to Japan entered my head. I'm trying to make the screen bigger here, but I don't think it's gonna work right now. But I've needed to go there for some time, even since before I went to Seoul, and that's kind of how I got the idea to do this Japanese language program. Is because last year I did this program in Seoul, and it was a lot of fun, and I was doing it to get some work prospects and stuff there going. But actually, my prospects in Tokyo are much stronger than my prospects in Seoul. And if I'm being honest, I think a large part of the reason, or I shouldn't say a large part, but it's like if something is like quite close or neck and neck even, then it's only a small thing that's the deciding factor. And for me, it's just because I personally like Seoul, I like Korea, and my Korean friends and people and stuff. So I think that part I just enjoyed. Like, to me, they're both excellent, I would say, in terms of what I do and don't like. It's like one A and one B. I wouldn't say that one is better than the other for me. It was just, a sort of preferential personal thing. And at this point, I'm even less sure which one I like more, because before maybe it was a little clear cut, but now, who knows? We'll have to go and see. Let me tell you guys really quickly a little bit about this school. So I use this service called GoGo Nihon. It's like an agency that just helps you apply to these language schools. And here, you can see I sent them a bunch of emails. Now, the one thing that made me worry a little bit, and actually more than worry, it made me feel just a little bit old. I mean, I don't even think I'm old, but other people keep telling me so. Is this like long email exchange that we had with one of their coordinators, and in it they very specifically make a point to let me know. It's here on the screen. You guys can see it. Please be aware that they are very strict with applications from students who are 30 years old or older. We may still try to process your application for blah, blah, blah. Now, I didn't even think 30 was that old for going to learn and study. Like in my other schools that I've been to, other universities, the Seoul language program at Sogang Dehakyo, there was no problem with people being over 30. In every class, there was probably someone like 30 or over. I've never even heard them mention it being like a factor. But here, for some reason, they seem to be unusually strict about it. So that got me thinking a little bit. I was like, oh man, that's kind of a bummer. But hopefully it's not a big deal. I mean, we'll see what happens. So that's the only thing that puts some doubt in my mind as to whether I will actually be there in Tokyo studying. Is just because maybe my age, maybe I'm too old to be studying Japanese in Tokyo. Who knows? So that's one thing. I definitely got in touch. By the way, this service, they're pretty good. They're responsive, and it seems like they offer a good service. And here's the actual school. It's listed on their webpage here. It just gives some details about it, and they do a nice breakdown, which is part of the reason I use this service, just because the information is a lot more. It's a lot more transparent, easier to get and understand. One thing here that I guess is worth noting is the cost for studying. So I'm gonna do a minimum of 6 months this time because I felt like when I was in Seoul and I did 3 months, it was just enough to make like really amazing progress for a beginner, but not enough to continue using it and for it to be applied like even after I leave the school, especially if I don't remain in country. So I think as good as 3 months is, it's I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but yeah, 6 months or more, I feel like would just be so much better. It would actually stay in there, be useful. Whereas I don't know, just 3 months, it's good, but not good enough is the problem. So this is gonna cost I don't. This is JPY. It's always moving. Hey Google, how much is 428,000 Japanese yen in US dollars?
428,000 Japanese yen is approximately 3,982 United States dollars and 5 cents.
Okay, so it's just about like 4,000 bucks. It's too bad the exchange rate is not what it was when I first went to Japan like 4 or 5 years ago. It was like $1 to 80 yen or something ridiculous. And this is the school that I'm applying to here. I'll just show you guys where it is real quickly on the map. And this is where I hope to be. I've just applied now, so you guys, this is like happening as you're seeing it. And I don't like doing this actually because, I'm not actually accepted to the school yet. And it's always like sometimes you're getting yourself worked up and you're not even there yet. They could say no or something could happen. Who knows? But anyways, it is fun to kind of play with it in your head a little bit. That's like, I guess, the exciting part, and this is the northern part of Tokyo, which is very different from the place I used to live in, which was like super central before, as denoted by these yellow stars. But I've been told that this is still a decent location, and since it's so close to like this station here, Nishi Nippori, and it's on this loop line. I'm not sure what the name of this loop line is. I think it's called Yamanote Line. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't stayed there that long. But then it still could be good, easy, and accessible to get around. So, like I said, guys, I'm not sure when the idea of going to Japan like got in my head, but I've been meaning to go for some time now, and I think at some point it kind of hit me like, hey, you should go sooner than later because the longer you wait, I guess the harder it will be to do. And at this point, I've been in Bangkok for a while, so I just need to. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you're waiting for it, and it's just like I need to do it now. I need to make it happen. Otherwise, I feel like sometimes it's just my last. It's not my last chance, but it's getting close. And just sitting here in Bangkok is not really gonna help me do what I need to do in Tokyo. So I just need to get there and basically make it happen is what I need to do. Like I know the people there. I know what I need to do. My biggest problem is that I can't speak Japanese. They can't speak English, so I'm sure as soon as I am able to, get a little bit down, things will be a lot better. And yeah, they'll be. I think learning Japanese can definitely benefit me more than just a cultural or just because I'm curious about it or want to read some books or magazines or watch some TV shows or something. I think this will actually help me a lot. And who knows? Probably I'll end up spending more time there or something. I don't really know, but it is for me kind of exciting because I've been to Tokyo like 3 times now, but I've never really like lived there over any like substantial amount of time. Just like 5 weeks is the longest I've stayed there. So this will definitely be a big change of pace if I do get accepted there, and if I do move there, which I will if they accept me. So it's all just contingent, and I'll hear back from them in a week or two. And then from there, I'll be able to sort the rest of my time because that might start in April, and now it's already October. So I'll just figure out the rest of these few months and hopefully arrange my next trip to Tokyo to stay there for a while. I will definitely keep you guys updated. I wanted to start this one from the very beginning. Normally, I'll do like a first video like, hey, I got accepted or something. But I guess this time I wanted to make it even more granular, and start from the beginning of the beginning before I'm even actually in. But who knows? We'll see. Like I said, keep you guys updated. So let's talk soon. Hopefully, in a few months, I'll be talking to you guys from northern Tokyo. We'll see what happens. Cool. All right, guys. Hope everyone's doing good. Let's talk.